Hello, it is Thursday, October the 13th, and this is the Greenbrier Valley Church of the Nazarene with your daily devotion. Today we continue in the book of Exodus, chapter 40, verses 26 through 38. Here's the word of the Lord. Moses placed the gold altar in the tent of meetings in front of the curtain and burned fragrant incense on it as the Lord had commanded him. Then he put up the curtain at the entrance of the tabernacle. He set the altar of burnt offerings near the entrance to the tabernacle, the tent of meetings, and offered on it burnt offerings and grain offerings, as the Lord had commanded him. He placed the basin between the tent of meetings and the altar and put water in it for washing. And Moses and Aaron and his sons used it to wash their hands and feet. They washed whenever they entered the tent of meetings or approached the altar, as the Lord had commanded Moses. Then Moses set up the courtyard around the tabernacle and altar and put up the curtain at the entrance to the courtyard. And so Moses finished the work. Then the cloud covered the tent of meetings, and the glory of the Lord filled the tabernacle. Moses could not enter the tent of meetings because the cloud had settled on it, and the glory of the Lord filled the tabernacle. In all the travels of the Israelites, whenever the cloud lifted from above the tabernacle, they would set out. But if the cloud did not lift, they did not set out until the day it lifted. So the cloud of the Lord was over the tabernacle by day, and fire was in the cloud by night, in the sight of all the Israelites during their travels. And this is the word of the Lord. The article is Consequences by Andrea Talley. Did you know that God can handle the consequences of your obedience? Consequences are often thought of as a negative event, but they are simply results, positive or negative, of an action or decision. However, when you and I choose to obey God and do what He has asked us to do, we will very much be a part of the events that follow. We do not serve a God that says, "See you when you get there," and then busies himself with something else. He is prepared to lead us through the smallest what-ifs and the largest if-thens that must be addressed as a result of our choosing to follow. Perhaps God has to ask you to take a leap of faith and you're not sure about enduring the results of your obedience. Knowing that He has equipped you, and not just for the calling, but for the transitions that accompany your willingness to follow Him. Our God still resides in the cloud by day and the fire by night. His word promises that if we seek Him, we will find Him. He will lead you through the consequences of your obedience. The hymn today is Your All in the Altar by Elisha A. Huffman. Is your all on the altar a sacrifice laid? And from the Gospel of John, chapter 14, verse 23, Jesus replied, Anyone who loves me will obey my teachings. My Father will love them, and He will come to them and make our home with them. And that is your daily devotion for Thursday, October the 13th. Have a blessed day.